F1 exam. Revision video. This is on cells and microbes. Okay. First part, animal cells. Plant cell. As you can see, they're different. Animal cell has nucleus, cytoplasm, and cell membrane. Plant cells also have these. Cell membrane just on the inside of that. The cytoplasm makes up most of the cell, and the nucleus is present as well. The plant cell will also have what's called a cell wall. It will also have what's called cytoplasm, and in the centre there will be what's called a vacuole. These things have a function. The nucleus, that controls the cell. The cell membrane controls what's allowed in and out. The cytoplasm, this is where chemical reactions take place. The vacuole, that contains cell sap. The cell wall makes the cell rigid. It gives it some shape. And the chloroplast, this is where a reaction called photosynthesis occurs. That's why they're all green, plants are green. Excuse my drawings, but cells are often specialised and therefore they have specialist features. We have here sperm cells, and this has a tail, alright, for swimming with. It's got a streamlined head. Making it easier to actually get to the egg cell. Here we have a red blood cell. This is the only cell in the human body that doesn't have a nucleus and is shaped like a donut, so it can squash through small areas. They also carry oxygen. Next to that, we have a white blood cell. These can move around, as you would see with the blob, if you've ever seen the old films, and swallow and digest microbes that get into your body. That's their job. We have a plant cell here. This is a root hair cell. And the idea of this is it's got lots of surface area, so it can soak up lots of water. well as some minerals. And last one, some very fantastic for the nerve stuff. These have lots of connections so that they can pick up information. And then they have an extended length that's sheathed in material to stop it losing that connection, those electrical impulses. Stop the loss of the impulse. There's lots of other cells as well. Next we start looking at microbes, and there's three types, the biggest being fungi, smallest being a virus, and we're talking about 1,000 times each time as in the size changes. The good fungi, some of them we use, things like yeast, and that'll give us bread and beer, can't live without that. The bacteria, again, these are the middle range things. These are small, very small, and some of them are good. Some bacteria is used in cheese or yogurt. Then the last one, the virus. This is a very small thing. This is a present problem with COVID, being a virus. It's on the verge of whether it's considered alive or dead. Is there any good uses for them? There are some. They're at present being considered for genetic engineering. And that's sort of idea to be able to cut up bits of DNA. Most microbes are not considered to be good for us. For things like fungus, you've got things like thrush, babies, like these things, so like the athlete's foot and things like that. Bacteria, you've got lots of different things like streptococci. I'm not going to try spelling it, I'm a chemist. You've got other things that will mainly bacteria, things like E. coli. All of these will give you food poisoning, can kill you. Then you've got viruses. Obviously the one that everybody's very well at present is COVID. But flu and colds are also viruses. That's why COVID, flu, colds, antibacterial stuff is not really a lot of use against them. You need something different. All three of these can be controlled because they need food, warmth, and moisture. Take away any one of those and it will impede, if not stop, the growth of the microbe. There are also chemicals that can be used as well. Things like for thrush and things like that, there's different creams you can get. For bacteria, then you can use antibiotics. And for viruses are now antiviral drugs being developed. First line of defence, just in case you do get infected. One, skin. That's there to stop anything getting inside you, as well as to stop you leaking out all over the place. Second, mucus. The snot that's up your nose, that lines your throat. The idea of it is to catch the bugs, to catch the dust, to catch things like that, so that you can then swallow it and get it down into the stomach acid, where it gets dissolved. Okay. If you cut yourself, you get a scab. The idea again, to stop anything getting in via the blood. Your blood pressure is kept under slight pressure, or your blood is kept under slight pressure, so it will flow out. Stops any bugs being able to swim back in. And the last one, tears. When your eyes leak, for want of a better way of putting it, it's washing away any sort of material that can get in via your eyes. Second line of defence. Okay, you have white blood cells. Some of these eat the invader. Alright, some will produce antibodies. Okay, you've got your body that will have a fever, right? The higher temperature stops the invaders multiplying. And this is all designed to stop the invader being able to take over as much of your body as possible. These, the ones that eat, are called Fungicides. And these stick to the invader. Making it easier to kill. And then just fold it. Okay. If the infection, as it's called, is due to bacteria, the doctor may give, so if it's bacterial, the doctor may give you antibiotics. Okay, but they won't work on virus things. So you can't have them for colds or for flu or for COVID, unfortunately. Okay. As is happening at present, it may be possible to be vaccinated against the infection. This is where a weak version of the infection is given to make your immune system start to train against it. So to train the immune system against that bug. Train against that microbe. One of the problems you find is that these microbes quite often can mutate, as we find with COVID, as we find with flu every couple of years. That's why the flu vaccine one year will not be very effective against the flu from the following year.